In our next installment of the Jason Nash's Most Toxic Relationship series, we have a video entitled, Exposing Secrets About Our Relationship. In this video, Jason and Trisha are finally back from vacation and fall right back into their everyday routine, which as usual is full of relationship issues. The video starts off with Jason acknowledging this fact when he introduces his vlog by telling the viewers his plans, starting off with how he's going to see Trisha, who he hasn't seen in a week. He states that he feels like Trisha is going to be upset by this fact, and he's right.
Here's what I think is going to happen on my Friday vlog. Number one, I'm going to see Trisha for the first time in a week. There's probably going to be some tension.
Why?
I think she's mad I haven't been spending as much time with her as I have been. But you know what?
She was gone?
Yeah.
After Jason and his roommate Scotty Sire clean up their house, Jason walks into his living room, where Trisha is laughing with his friends David Dobrik and Zayn Hijazi, who she seems to be getting along with yet again. Funny how much she enjoys the company of these people that she'll later claim she always hated, but we'll get more into that later.
What did I do in front of Trisha?
You embarrassed Zane in front of Trisha.
Trisha doesn't give a shit, Zane. Ow!
After a playful moment between friends, David redirects the focus in the room to Trisha, who seems to be more meek than usual. She states that she has no complaints about anything because she fears Jason's reaction to her complaining, and then proceeds to list off one of her complaints, which is about the inability to complain, sharing that she has many, but the last time that she expressed one, Jason threatened to end the relationship.
What about you, Trisha? What do you have to complain about?
Nothing. I have nothing. I have a lot to complain about, but I'm not going to because Jason will get mad at me. But I have a lot to
I'm not going to get mad at you. Go ahead. What's wrong?
No, I get yelled at by Jason all the time, so I'm not going to.
What? When did I yell at you?
Saturday. Oh, I think we should just break up if you're going to react like this. Like every time I see anything he threatens to break up with me, I just don't think I'm so happy right now.
I'm so happy right now.
See, I have it working perfectly.
She's clearly very annoyed by something, but doesn't state specifically what it is, letting the room know that she's pretending to be happy while she makes it very clear that she isn't. A moment later, Jason himself exposes the reason for Trisha's frustration, sharing that Trisha was upset when she found out that Jason was going to kiss his friend Seth Francois for a bit, bringing up the fact that he also slept with his friend Brandon Calvillo for another bit.
He was upset that I was going to make out with Seth, and so I flipped out a little bit.
And you had sex with Brandon, like everything is specifically.
Trisha, he didn't have sex with Brandon! Wait, you were actually concerned about Jason making out with Seth?
Yeah, I was really mad about it. And then Jason's like, we're just not going to date then if you're going to react like this. I was like, hey. So I had to apologize.
Oh my god, that means you're actually gay.
No.
On Frenemies, Ethan Klein tried to twist this moment to be a heroic one, where Trisha was standing up for Seth Francois by letting everyone in the room know that Jason kissing him for a bit was wrong.
Here's a clip of you confronting David and Jason about the Seth prank and telling them you weren't comfortable with it.
It's just crazy how people found this because I totally forgot about this clip.
You being mad about your boyfriend making out with it. Oh, I can't say that. Bleep that. Essaying another man is crazy, Trisha. Crazy.
When Jason, when I called him, when he said he was going to do it, I remember I was in Cleveland. And when I called him, I'm like, I'm not comfortable with you doing it. This was a month after we're dating. He's like, then we're going to break up. Like, if you're not comfortable with this, then we're breaking up. So
redeeming because I remember you saying, I remember that happening and not being comfortable with it. And here's the footage.
Yeah.
And not only you saying you're not comfortable with it, but David, look at people misuse gaslighting all the time. This is gaslighting.
Right.
Because you know something's wrong and he's trying to convince you that you're crazy.
Right.
But that's not actually what happened at all. Trisha wasn't upset because she knew that Jason kissing Seth, without Seth knowing for a prank, was wrong. Trisha was upset because Jason was going to be kissing someone that wasn't her. Trisha was upset because she was jealous. That's why she brought up the bit of him sleeping with Brandon Calvillo in the same breath. It was a showcase of her jealousy, not this heroic moment that her and Ethan Klein tried to paint it out to be. Now, let's get back to the moment in question. To break it down, the reason that Trisha was upset was because she didn't like the idea of her boyfriend kissing anyone for a bit. The reason Jason was upset was because he viewed the kissing prank as a harmless bit that would benefit his YouTube career, where Trisha viewed it as a betrayal of their relationship, causing conflict between the two. As the conversation continues, Trisha confronts David and accuses him and Jason's other friends of being the reason why Jason hadn't seen her in so long, which she's obviously upset by. Jason was right when he called it at the start of the video, and she's angry because Jason is spending less time with her in favor of spending more with his friends. Keep in mind the two just came back from vacation together, where they spent every waking moment with each other day in and day out for several days away from anyone either of them knew.
I help your relationship?
No!
What an idiot.
No, since the last podcast, I haven't seen him. And you know why? It's because you and Josh and all these people are like, oh, you changed into your girlfriend. I don't see you. Last night, Jason said to me, he's like, I just can't have my life consumed by you. I was like, I asked to see you for 1 hour Monday. You know where he was at 1 hour Monday? At your house. And he told me he was home at 12:30 a.m. And I was like,
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You're like,
No, I didn't.
You said I'm in bed at 12:30.
You know what? Let's just break up.
No.
Trisha's like, never mind. No, Trisha.
Baby.
No.
Baby, you know I love you.
12:41, you said I'm in bed. And
First of all,
12:41, you want to Snapchat.
T's not surprising that Jason would want to spend time with people he hadn't seen for a while. David switches the topic from Jason's recent lack of time with her to focus on Trisha being upset by the planned bit of Jason kissing Seth. David's argument is that it's not something to be upset by, because he knows that the reason that Trisha is upset is because she feels like it's a betrayal to their relationship and is threatened by the idea of Jason kissing someone else. David is stating that it's crazy to feel that way since Jason is doing it for a prank, not because he has genuine interest in another person. Trisha even responds by stating that she doesn't want Jason kissing anyone, clearly proving that she wasn't uncomfortable by the idea of Jason kissing someone without consent because it was wrong. She was uncomfortable because she didn't want her boyfriend kissing anyone that wasn't her because they were in a relationship together and she wanted that fact to be respected.
12:41, you want to Snapchat.
You being mad about the Seth.
Well, that's not true. I was
Being
here.
mad about the Seth makeout thing is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I said to you specifically, don't have a make out with guys, girls, moms. I don't care. Like,
Come on,
I
it's
won't.
sad.
What if he was in a movie and he had to do that?
It's not a movie. It's David's vlogs. No one. He doesn't
It is like a movie.
It's real to me! It's real to me!
For Ethan to portray this as David trying to downplay Trisha, knowing that a situation of someone being kissed without consent was wrong, is just a misrepresentation of what was actually happening in this moment. Trisha had no issue with Jason kissing someone without consent. Trisha had an issue with Jason kissing someone, period. That's why you hear David saying, it's Seth, as if to tell Trisha it's not a threat or a big deal, because Jason is going to be kissing a male friend he has no interest in, so she doesn't have to worry. Their conversation had nothing to do with consent, it revolved around jealousy. David then reroutes the conversation back to Jason spending less time with Trisha by reminding Trisha that she was the one that was away for the week, so Jason couldn't have spent time with her when she wasn't even in town. Trisha seems to dismiss this fact and gloss over it, and redirects her frustration to how Jason wasn't eager enough to spend time with her once she returned.
This last week you were in like Colorado, so
Cleveland.
Cleveland, but still, when I came home, he's like,
Cleveland,
I'll see
Colorado.
you. Yeah, but don't you think like when you're dating someone, you want to see them like right away, even if it was like an hour? Like he had an hour Monday, he could have come by for an hour. I could come here. I wasn't invited here. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been gone for about like 4 days, and he's like, this is the first time seeing him today.
I told you to come by on Tuesday, but you were busy.
No,
Yeah. Yep. You had to get your eyelashes done. You
I
had to...
wasn't busy at all. I went out with Zane and all them on Tuesday. I wasn't busy at all.
Yeah, I'm watching the kids this week.
Anyways,
I couldn't go.
That was it.
I would've went.
I'm fine with it. I'm happy. I'm cool.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Don't say having fun.
She initially presented the situation as if Jason simply had chosen to spend time with his friends over her for an entire week and didn't care to see her, when the reality was that she was out of town during that time. Let that sink in for a moment. And let the fact that Trisha was hanging out with his friends without him sink in for a moment too. You know, the people she claimed were bad people who she didn't like. After the argument between Jason and Trisha, where the two spoke about their conflicting schedules, David tries to break up the argument and end it by asking the two if they still love each other, to which they both respond positively. This is a noteworthy moment, because Trisha tried to portray David as an instigator who frequently tried to break the two up, when in reality, you're going to see multiple moments like this, where he stops the two from arguing and acts as mediator to keep the peace.
You still love Jason?
Yeah.
Jason, do you still love Trish?
Of course.
Well, then we're good. I'm proud of you guys.
For what?
You guys lasted longer than I thought you guys would.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
It's not. You keep saying 3 weeks. It's like a joke. It's been like literally a month and a half. You keep saying 3 weeks.
You guys getting married? Okay.
David then switches the topic completely away from the argument and the issue and distracts Trisha by bringing up mukbangs, a known interest of hers. And the subject successfully switches away from Jason and Trisha's relationship for a moment. A moment where Jason shares his friend Brandon's complimentary thoughts on Trisha's videos.
I'm gonna do a solo mukbang on my channel this week.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Are you
David,
really?
hold on. Is everyone doing that?
I don't know. I don't even know what to eat. Do I eat a lot of
People
food?
loved you on mine because you are so into it and you show the camera the food. You're so
I'm
good.
being very quiet. I don't want to talk.
Brandon Calvillo was talking to me about it, and he was like making it more than what it was.
Oh yeah, he was there too.
He was like, I feel like it was like an artistic I feel like it was like a comment on something. Like she's like doing like an Andy Kaufman kind of thing. It really moved me.
Oh, really?
I was like, I think she was just eating, trying to get views.
The video then cuts to Jason and Trisha being driven by David to Olive Garden, where Jason talks about how much he doesn't want to go on a planned trip with David. Keep this in mind because Trisha has since made it seem like Jason would do things with David that he didn't do with her. But during the whole car ride, David was trying to convince Jason to go away on a trip that he didn't want to go on. Meanwhile, he was frequently going away with Trisha on trips at this point.
And I think that's what you need to do. You need to recognize the fact that you're going to end up going. So you might as well book the tickets earlier so you don't spend as much money when you book them later.
I'd rather spend more money later and be comfortable that I'm going and not be stressing that I'm going all week.
After the small argument between David and Jason, the topic of Trisha's mukbangs reappears for a short moment, with the mood appearing as a lighthearted one. Though you can hear Trisha trying to change that as she criticizes David's driving, her tone clearly one of annoyance.
Guys, why are we going to Olive Garden on a Thursday at 1:53 p.m.? That's my question.
Go.
Yeah,
What is our lives? I'm surprised Trisha isn't sponsored by Olive Garden yet.
I wish. I got one food.
They closed down the whole restaurant for her to do a mukbang.
Why are we in the middle, David?
Because I'm gang. Because I'm gang.
What, you're literally the worst driver.
Well, I'm gang.
Have you died yet?
The conversation then switches to David informing Zane that he wouldn't have Zane drink a nasty bottle on the side of the road even for a bit. Trisha then pipes up by stating that she would do it because it wasn't a big deal. This is important because this is one of many times that Trisha brings up how she would willingly drink urine. We'll later find out through Jason that this is because she likes it, but the way she presented this on Frenemies is that David paid her to drink it because he's a manipulative monster.
Is that a bottle of...
Yeah.
Where's Heath?
Dude.
Heath, drink it! Dude,
How much to drink that right now?
dude,
Good
10,000.
for you. It's your
10,000?
Yeah.
Hell, dude, I wouldn't even do that to you.
I would do it for 10,000. If someone wired it to me right now, 100%.
10,000 to drink that
Yeah.
bottle
Trisha,
of
you don't
whatever
know
it
what's on that
It's
thing.
sterile. Urine is good for you.
But we don't know if
Maybe
that's-
not that urine though.
What is it?
Trisha, there could be anything on that.
Whatever. We're all gonna die.
This is the
don't-
person that's going to be in
at
my
this
kids'
point-
lives.
He constantly paid people. Like, he knew he had power over people. He always paid people to do stuff. He paid me, like, money to one time to suck someone's toe, one time to drink someone's piss. Like, he'd always give me, like, $100.
You drank someone's piss? Mm-hmm. Whose?
Keith.
I don't know who that is. How much did you drink?
Nobody does anymore. It was like a water bottle of it.
How much did he pay you?
$100.
Trisha!
I know.
Compare the way she presented it with footage of her willingly stating that she would do something that he doesn't even want to pay anyone to do because he finds it disgusting. We'll get more into this particular incident that she's talking about later. For now, let's get back into the video. After the discussion of what Trisha would do for money that she brings up, ceases Jason informs his friend Zane that he was going to comment on a Tana Mongeau video to show his support, but decided not to because he thought Trisha would be upset. Because as you know, Tana Mongeau was a big point of contention for Trisha when she was with Jason, because Trisha felt threatened by her.
You're a fan. I was going to comment on one of her videos, but then I thought Trish would see it.
And then around like 6 p.m.
Tana.
So stupid.
You know what's not stupid though?
What?
Olive Garden.
They then head to Olive Garden, where Trisha's mood appears to be a bit sullen.
Olive Garden. Where family comes to you. What's the slogan for this restaurant?
That's not the slogan.
That sounds good. Ladies first, David.
I eat it when I'm like trying not to eat, like die.
Ladies first.
Fine.
Ha, bitch, it's for me. Want to go Friday and come back Sunday?
Are you going? Because I'm gonna add you to the Chicago group chat.
Well, I wasn't in it, so
Now she can't go.
I know.
Well, that's the only way you can go is if you accept the challenge.
Being in the group chat.
I'm going to Chicago.
It's up to Jason.
Yeah, put her in.
No, are you going?
I don't know.
You're making a mess.
No, Jason.
Perfect. That's good. Enough.
Oh my gosh.
Bon appetit.
However, her mood seems to lift once back in the car.
Trisha, you make your own flesh size, but it's your vagina. You just sell it.
Yeah, that's what they were gonna do. They did like a thing. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were gonna like form your
Yeah, I did the process of it and everything.
Oh my god.
You'll have to give it to me and let me check it out.
This guy behind me, he's like so pissed.
Why?
Because I'm being crazy. I'm being a kook.
How about drive normal?
Oh, Trisha.
There's no such thing as driving.
Can I turn right here?
Finally, someone who would tell you.
This is driving with Trisha Paytas.
Oh, these cameras always make me look gross. Okay. Hi.
Trisha at one point repeatedly calls David cute and talks about how much she likes how he looks, to which David responds by telling her that she has to stop hitting on him. And while it's a playful moment, it's worth noting that Trisha actually does hit on David and will do so more forwardly as time goes on. Notice too how she's always putting down Jason's looks, but lifting up David's. The guy she allegedly never liked and always hated.
Do I look like Santa Claus?
Ooh, you look cute. Yeah.
Ew. Dude, I don't like that at all.
I like it.
I don't like it. Ew.
You just turned into like a dad.
Oh, look gross. Oh wait,
You
that's
look cute.
without the glasses. Trisha, you can't hit on me.
David, I said you told me you like when I say you have a cute face. You have a cute face.
Trisha, I was kidding.
I don't know. David's face kind of reminds me of like a.
Say it. Go ahead, Greek god.
The playful banter quickly becomes an issue when Jason begins to join in on the jokes, and Trisha scolds him, which results in Jason's friend, Zane, telling her that she needs to appreciate him more.
Glendale.
Trisha, when the sunlight hits you like that, you just look like a goddess.
Really?
Her boyfriend's in the car.
Cute.
Oh, sorry.
Who's that?
Jason.
Well, Jason King.
Oh, yeah. Zane, cut it out.
Jason, that's not even funny.
What?
She doesn't like those kind of jokes.
It's not a funny joke.
What's that? What's that?
Trish, I gotta be me. I gotta pay the bills. I gotta get in Zane's vlog. It's the hottest vlog out
It's not
there.
a joke
I
when you're
think
being
you have to
rude.
appreciate Jason a little bit more.
This leads to a discussion about how much Trisha compliments Jason and expresses her feelings, informing everyone in the car that Jason doesn't react well to her positive affirmations.
You know what he told me? I didn't tell you this story yet. Last Saturday, he told me, Trisha, you can't just lay around and say, I love you all the time to me. It's so annoying. I said, I love you and I'm proud of you. And he's like, you can't. He goes, it's bothering me that you're doing this. I have to go. I can't do this. I'm like, I say I love you too much and I appreciate you too much? Okay, I'm sorry.
Trish, it was a good 45 minutes of you saying I love you.
So?
And lying in my arms. And I was like, I gotta go.
It doesn't bother me when I do it.
Constantly, I like
David then brings up Jason and Trisha's relationship to a fan passing by, which Trisha doesn't appreciate.
Hi.
Trisha, say hi.
Hey, do you think Jason and Trisha's relationship is real?
I don't know. I like them together.
Do you think Jason and Trisha's relationship is real?
Everyone's so mean.
We're not mean, Trisha. We're real as hell, bro.
Freeze frame it.
Jason then argues that he compliments Trisha all the time after he overhears his friend Zane playfully complimenting her to make up for Jason not doing it. The mood is lighthearted, though there's clearly issues bubbling to the surface.
Yeah, Trisha, you
don't touch the dry.
You look so sexy and hot and beautiful.
Jason couldn't care
I
less.
have a camera in my face.
Baby, I told
Trisha,
you look good all day.
Bro, stop calling her baby. I'm right here. What are some pet names you call Trisha?
Ew, I don't even want to hear
he
it.
has
I don't
good
want to
Cookie,
hear it.
Cookie,
Cookie.
Mama Views.
Mama views.
David then asks both Trisha and Jason a question that results in Jason sharing that Trisha is the best he's ever had to which she's touched by. Unfortunately for Jason, Trisha doesn't share the same sentiment, though Jason laughs it off, which is vastly different to how Trisha would have reacted had the tables been turned.
Jason, who is the person that you've had the best sex with?
Easily, Trisha.
Really?
Yeah, easily.
Trisha, who is the best sex that you've had with? Trisha, is Jason in the top 10?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Top 10.
But yeah.
Top 10 million.
Top 100.
The discussion then turns to Trisha and Jason's bedroom habits, with Jason complaining that Trisha wants something that Jason can't give because he's too old to do so, which upsets Trisha. She argues that she's not being unreasonable and informs all passengers that her and an ex-boyfriend slept together daily more often.
She wants sex 5 times a day, David.
And that's
44 years old.
Oh, poor Jason.
Oh my,
you.
that's nuts, Trisha.
That's a lot, right?
That's unheard
It'd be
of.
good if I had sex once a year.
Trisha, 5 times a day?
That's not a lot.
She's on
5 times a
conference.
day?
We did it once 3 times in one day,
Yeah, that was
and she
nice.
was like,
We're in couple though. We should
so what?
sex a lot.
We're in couple.
One night he just put me to bed and didn't even have sex. He's like, Trisha, roll over there now. I'm gonna tuck you in, and then I
Because that was the day we had 3 times sex already.
What was the most amount of times you've had sex in one day?
I don't know. I had an ex-boyfriend who had we had it like 8 times a day,
Jesus Christ.
like every day.
This is noteworthy because Trisha would later go on a podcast after their breakup and brag about the fact that she forced Jason to get injections to fulfill her desires and forced him to sleep with her under the threat of breaking up.
Sure. No, for sure. I get really angry. Like my last boyfriend, I was always threatening to break up with because he wouldn't have sex with me 6 times a day.
Who was it?
He's like, I don't want to say his name because everyone's like, stop talking about
Was
your...
it Jason?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would make Jason have sex with you 6 times a day?
Yeah,
Because apparently it's okay for her to force him under threat. Guess she doesn't care as much about consent as Ethan Klein wanted us to believe. The video then cuts to them arriving back to Jason's house, where Jason compliments Trisha. She uses this as an opportunity to complain about how she wishes he did it more often, and wishes he was nicer to her in general, which is rich coming from someone who constantly criticizes him like she's doing in that moment.
Jason,
Coming, honey.
I just couldn't get my seat.
Coming, baby cakes.
Are you just being nice to me because you're vlogging?
Baby cake.
No, I'm always nice to you.
No, you're not this nice.
Most beautiful woman in the world.
I wish you were this sweet all the time to me.
Once back at the house, the topic of David's plans to go away are brought up again, with Zane confirming that Jason had to be talked into it because he didn't want to go. Note here that Trisha will also be going as you hear Zane reveal.
That's his incentive to get you to go.
Talk Josh into Chicago. Come on, you can do it.
You already did it to Jason and Trisha.
Trisha then accompanies Jason to walk the dog, where the two appear to be in a light-hearted and good mood together, which is surprising considering how many issues rose to light throughout the day.
You've never walked a dog?
Never. Do I go with him or pull him back?
No, just walk with him.
He's going so fast.
Well, yeah, he's excited at first, but then he'll calm down.
This is so cool. I feel like such a suburbanite.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm in the Midwest. Everyone had a dog in the Midwest and they always go walk their dog. Never had a dog in my whole life.
Have you ever noticed have you ever had a moment where people are talking about their dogs, but they're really talking about themselves?
No? Like what?
Yeah.
Tell me, give me an example.
Like maybe like a 50-something woman with her dog, and you'll run into the dog, and she'll be like, she just doesn't like people. She's not into people.
Oh my god.
She doesn't like men. You're like, okay.
Oh really?
All right.
Do people do that?
Men have been mean to her in the past.
That changes, though, when another issue arises when Jason says that he's bad at talking to which Trisha calls him a liar. She then brings up his ex-wife before bringing up her many proposals in the past, expressing regret for not taking up any past men on their offers to marry her because now she feels old and desperate. This is interesting to note because Trisha will later paint these proposals as fake. Here she states that she was the one to reject them, and later she'll claim men promised to marry her and never went through with it themselves.
Sorry.
I'm no good with talking to girls anyway, so
You are such a liar.
it wouldn't have been good.
Obviously you were. You got a wife. I haven't even gotten a husband. Although I did get proposed to 4 times. I could have had a husband. I just thought, this is my problem, and this is bad.
Why didn't you say yes?
This is what I was going to tell you. Like, I have bad karma now because I thought I was too good for everyone. I was like, I'm better than this person. I'll find someone better. And now look at me. I'm desperate.
No.
Not because I'm dating you, but just because I want to get married. I didn't want it to come off like that. But I am like a desperate bitch. That's why I'm like clingy and stuff now because I'm getting old. But I had so many proposals before I was 21. I was like, I should have said yes. Because now look at me.
Now I'm with you.
So which is the truth? Were men manipulating her with fake promises to marry her like she claimed, or did she reject them all because she felt she could do better? Find out that and more as the series continues.